My name is Victoria. I'm 29 years old, senior marketing coordinator at a high-end advertising agency in New York City. Ambitious, organized, the girl who always has her life together, or at least that's what everyone thinks. This is the story of how I became the woman who had a year-long affair with my boss's fiancé right under her nose. Let me start from the beginning. I joined the agency 3 years ago. My boss, Elena, was 35. Brilliant, beautiful, intimidating. Long blonde hair, sharp blue eyes, always in designer suits. She built the company from a small startup into one of the top firms in the city. Everyone respected her, feared her a little too. She became my mentor, took me under her wing, gave me the best projects, invited me to client dinners. I admired her, wanted to be her. Then she got engaged. His name was Alexander. Alex. 33 years old, investment banker. Tall, dark hair, green eyes, that quiet confidence that makes you lean in when he speaks. They met at a charity gala. Elena brought him to the office holiday party 6 months after they started dating. He shook my hand, smiled, said, "Helena speaks about you all the time. You're the one keeping her sane." I laughed it off, but I noticed how he looked at me a second longer than necessary. The engagement party was a year ago. Lavish rooftop venue, string lights, champagne flowing. Elena was glowing in a white dress, Alex in a tailored suit. I gave a toast, something about how Elena deserved the best and how Alex was clearly it. Everyone clapped. Alex caught my eye across the room and raised his glass slightly. I felt a spark I couldn't explain. The first time we were alone together was 2 months later. Elena was in London for a week-long client pitch. She asked me to check in on Alex, bring him dinner one night since he was working late on a big deal. I thought it was odd, but I did it. Showed up at his apartment with takeout from their favorite Italian place. He invited me in. We ate on the couch, talked about work, life, dreams. He opened a bottle of wine, then another. The conversation turned personal. He admitted the wedding planning was stressing him out, that sometimes he felt like he was losing himself in Elena's world. I admitted I'd been single for 2 years, focused on career, but lonely. At some point, our knees touched. Neither of us moved away. He looked at me and said, "You're easy to talk to, Victoria. Elena's always so intense." I laughed. Then he leaned in and kissed me. It was electric. Soft at first, then urgent. His hands in my hair, my back against the couch. We didn't go all the way that night, just kissing, touching, losing track of time. When I finally left at 2 a.m., he walked me to the door and said, "This can't happen again." But we both knew it would. It became our secret rhythm. Whenever Elena traveled, which was often, 2 or 3 times a month, Alex and I found ways to see each other. Sometimes at his apartment, sometimes at mine, sometimes in hotels when we wanted to feel like we were somewhere else entirely. We were careful. No text that could be seen, only an encrypted app. No marks, never on weekends when Elena was in town, always separate arrivals at company events. But the passion was overwhelming. Alex was different with me than I imagined he was with Elena. Gentle, playful, attentive. He'd cook for me, leave little notes, remember tiny details I mentioned in passing. We'd spend whole nights talking after making love, about books, travel, fears, childhoods. He said I made him feel like himself again, that with Elena, everything was performance, ambition, image. With me, it was real. I fell hard, harder than I'd ever fallen for anyone. We started dreaming out loud about what life would be like if we could be together openly, about leaving our jobs, moving somewhere new, starting fresh. He said he was having doubts about the wedding, that he loved Elena but wasn't in love anymore, that he felt trapped by expectations. I believed him. There were incredible moments. A stolen weekend in the Hamptons when Elena was in Tokyo for 10 days. We rented a small beach house, walked hand in hand at sunset, made love with the windows open to the ocean. Nights where we'd order pizza and watch old movies, laughing until we cried. The way he'd look at me in meetings when Alina wasn't watching, like I was the only person in the room. But there were also moments of pure terror. Like the time Alina came back from Paris a day early. I was at their apartment. Alex had said she wouldn't be home until evening. We were in bed when we heard her key in the door. I hid in the guest room closet, heart pounding, while Alex greeted her like nothing was wrong. I waited 2 hours until she fell asleep, then slipped out the service entrance. Or the company retreat in Miami. Elena, Alex, me, and 20 other colleagues. Alex and I stole moments in elevators, on the beach at night, once even in a supply closet. The risk made everything more intense. The wedding date crept closer. 6 months away, then 3, then 1. Elena was in full bride mode. Dress fittings, venue visits, invitation designs. She'd show me photos, ask my opinion, cry happy tears in my office. I'd smile and say all the right things while dying inside. Alex said he was going to call it off, that he couldn't marry her knowing how he felt about me, that he wanted a life with me instead. I believed him. Until the week before the wedding. Elena was in the final stages. Rehearsal dinner plans, last alterations. Alex and I had our last night together 2 weeks before the date. We met at a hotel in Brooklyn, made love slowly, like we were saying goodbye without saying it. He held me after and said, "I'm going to tell her, after the bachelor party, I promise." I believed him. The bachelor party came and went. Then the rehearsal dinner. I wasn't invited, obviously. The wedding day arrived. I sat in my apartment, phone in hand, waiting for a message that never came. Instead, I got a text from Alina at 10 p.m. "Best day of my life. Thank you for everything, Vic. Love you." Attached was a photo. Her and Alex, married, smiling, perfect. I stared at it for hours. He didn't call it off. He married her. 3 days later, he texted me from their honeymoon in Bora Bora. "I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. She'd have been destroyed. We have to end this." I didn't reply. I quit the agency a month later. Couldn't face Elena every day pretending to be happy for her. It's been 8 months now. Elena and Alex are expecting their first child. I see their posts. Ultrasound photos, nursery planning, glowing happiness. I moved to a new firm. Date occasionally, but nothing feels real. Some nights I still cry, not because I miss him, but because I became someone I don't recognize. The woman who helped plan her boss's wedding while sleeping with the groom. The woman who believed promises she knew were too good to be true. The woman who almost destroyed 2 lives for a love that wasn't strong enough to choose her. This is my confession, the whole ugly truth. No excuses. If you've ever been the other woman, if you've ever loved someone who couldn't leave, if you've ever hated yourself for wanting what you shouldn't, then maybe you understand. Maybe you don't. Either way, this is who I am now. Victoria, 29, successful on the outside, broken on the inside, and learning slowly how to live with what I did.